Good afternoon, everybody. This is Andy Pedraza with Special Effects Academy, and this is the weekly wrap-up for week ending June 1st of 2018. Let's take a look at what happened throughout the week. As usual, our agenda is going to be the trades that were opened and closed during the week, the balance on the account, the opportunities for improvement, and any open trades that will be held over through the weekend. On the screen, you are now seeing the ledger for the week. This was a down week, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've been telling people for a long time that it is impossible to sustain every week being a profitable week. The month was profitable, however, and we'll get to that in one of the later slides. But this is what happened for the week. We opened 11 trades. 9 of them were losses, 2 of them were wins. The win ratio was 18.18%. We had a drawdown of 8.67% based on a $5,000 account. Profit in pips was negative 255.4 for a net deficit in dollars of negative 433.34 cents. What happened throughout the week is we had a massive correction or retracement on most of the pairs. We did continue following the signals as they were delivered, so we never messed with a system, especially one that's been working for so long. So we will have weeks like this when the market is simply going in a wrong direction. Well, not in the wrong direction. The market is always right, but rather the system is providing signals that are really not the best considering what the market is doing. We're taking a look at the market conditions to see if any of the systems we're using any tweaking at this time. It is a little bit too soon to tell, but we'll be covering that in a little bit more detail in our start of the week session on Sunday evening when we get ready for the new week. So this is what happened. We had Aussie dollar, that was a negative 50 pips. We did have a good trade with the Euro Swiss, gave us 75.9 pips. Went back with the Euro JPY. This one went in the opposite direction, pretty much negated that profit from the Euro Swiss. The USD Swiss did provide 50 pips, and that is the extent of the positive trades throughout the week. The remaining trades, and really it's going to be the next, actually 3 of those trades, the Pound JPY, USD JPY, and Euro New Zealand represented the bulk of the loss for the week. The other trades were relatively minor, anywhere between 7 and 20 pips negative for the rest. So I would consider those flat trades more than anything else. And the important thing here is that you do have to take risk in order to trade the market. You cannot expect to always be making profit without putting some of that on the line, and this was a classic example of that. So we followed the systems, we did everything right, but the market was not cooperating with our systems for this week. At this point, I have no idea whether this is going to be an isolated phenomenon that only lasts a week, or we're in the midst of a correction or retracement in the general market. We will be trading a little bit more cautiously this coming week, the first week of the month, and seeing what the market is doing before we jump into any trades unless we get some really strong signals. So jury is out. We'll probably have a little bit more insight as the week progresses, perhaps even the following week. So you can't force the market. It's whatever the market is doing at any given time. But anyway, those are the results. As of June 1st, we had that drawdown. And all of this is always based on a $5,000 model account, which is reset every week. So the new week, we start out again with $5,000. We're going to go on to the graphic representation of the account balance. So we can see we started positive with a winning trade, and then it was a slow downhill descent to where we ended around, well, as I said, well, however many pips we were negative, as well as the dollar amount. But this is the graphic representation of the account balance for the week. Opportunity Opportunities for improvement. I already mentioned it. This week was a reversal week and not much can be done about those. They're simply a fact of trading. You get used to these and you don't expect every week to be a winner. It has been a common theme in all our lessons and reviews to expect weeks like this one. They're a part of normal trading, and the fact that we have so few of them is really a testament to the approach that we're following. That said, we may be in a transition stage in the market, and we'll be assessing the situation to see if any of the systems or approaches need to be changed going forward. So stay tuned for that review. I'm not exactly sure when that assessment will be done. I mean, it's ongoing, but a conclusion is going to have to wait till we have a little bit more of market data to work off of. Anything I could say right now would be extremely premature. So I'll be keeping everybody posted, of course. It is, I'm sorry. Trades remaining open throughout the week and none. We did close out every trade at the end of the week. And now it is the end of the month and beginning of a new month, so I always present the long-term view. So this is what the account has done since the start of our fiscal year. So we can see that for April we had 8.07% growth on the account. And for May, we had 4.29% growth on the account. Again, all based on a $5,000 account that is reset every week. We can see the net profit in dollars week after week, the net profit in pips, the growth of the account, how many wins, how many losses, the win ratio, etc. These are the long term. And as you can see, despite the negative week, we were still nicely profitable for the month of May. And the account is nicely profitable to the tune of upwards of 12% for the fiscal year, 2 months into the year. Even at that conservative rate, if we continue in that vein, we will easily tip 72% gains for the year. I do expect to improve those numbers, however, but nothing is guaranteed, especially not in trading. So take that with a grain of salt. But there you have the long-term view, week after week, since the beginning of our fiscal year in April through the end of trading on Friday, June 1st. And that is going to be it for the weekly review and I guess monthly review as well at this point for the Forex trading room. So I'll leave you with that. I hope to see everybody back on Sunday at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Daylight Time for our start of the week kickoff. Thank you so much, everybody. This was Andy Pedraza with Special Effects Academy. Talk to you soon. Happy trading.